Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream. I'm only a little late today. I am your host, tour guide, and Museum of ZZT curator, Dr. Doss, and today, the schedule has changed. This was not what we were going to play. Today we're just going to play a couple more issues of DarkMage magazine, which has been some solid ZZT magazine material for just such a situation as this. Magazines are kind of my go-to for when a stream ends up being way too short and I need to tack something else on. Or in this case, when I realize, oh, I forgot to really run my my text check to see if a game was appropriate for streaming. And boy, I dodged a bullet, actually. Despite a pretty straightforward and normal beginning, the game that I was going to play apparently veers in an unseemly direction. And it went from, I'll just, edit out the one slur. That's fine. That happens, unfortunately, but it is a reality. Into, I don't think they'd let me actually broadcast this on Twitch. So we're not playing that, and we're moving on. I mean, you can always look at them. There's an explicit tag if you really want to see some generally pretty awful material. If you want to see some, horny explicit material, there's not really any options. It's really interesting. I don't feel great that the explicit tag is generally like, hey, but I guess that's something. I don't know. What a shame, because the beginning of that game I did play, and that's why I forgot to run the check, because I played the beginning and I'm like, okay, I see what this game is about. It's a kid, he's lost in the woods. Eventually he gets out of the woods, and then the subject changes. Right. Enough about that one. We're going to go back instead to some more DarkMage Software magazines. I don't know which issue we're on, because it's been a while, and my planning for this was basically minutes ago. We'll figure it out. Everyone loves a magazine. I feel like we've probably gone through issue 4. I think they all share this kind of title screen format. I think it sticks around. Nope. Ooh. Yo, that's really cool, but we're not on 14. Let's see what 5 looks like. Somewhat familiar, but I guess that's the trouble with magazines, is a lot of them kind of recycle the format from issue to issue. 4. Okay, this I do remember. So we definitely played 4. Can't imagine we went much further than that. Let's start with 5, and if we start getting deja vu, anybody, let me know, and we'll just skip ahead to the next one. Alright, let's see here. Nothing special this time, just a lot more reading than usual. Oh boy. The credits, we got DarkMage, Nivik, Nicksoft, Skull Crunch, that's a good one. Reviews by Dark, some other programmers, Sir Lance and Nuke Boy, Antichrist, Nivik, Art, Dark, Magazine Programming, Dark. Oh, we're loading up on supplies? Hi, it's me, DarkMage. I'd like to tell you about some past issues if you are willing to listen. If not, press escape right now. Okay, last issue was our special issue. We changed the format of the reviews and also changed around the whole mag, but I didn't like the new way that much, so we kind of went back to the old way. I kept the new reviews, though. Also, we have new sections. The arcade is now the demo section, because that is where we give Frogware stuff to. The DarkMage Frogware Alliance, huh? Nivik has given us a nice little editorial section. The previews is now DM News because it's not just previews anymore, and the Meet the Team section is the same as it ever was. Weird. Wired. Well, there's nothing special this month. Okay, I'll make this brief. We need money. Oh no. Good luck. Good luck, kids. Look, our blinking DM5 sign doesn't blink. It's a shame. But don't worry, if we rob enough banks and mug enough people, then we'll have better stuff. Maybe we'll just blow it all on beer and CDs instead. Nobody in this magazine is old enough to buy a beer. By the way, this issue is the scenery issue. Each section's background is a weird scene. There should be the following included, I think. I still had this folder, so I didn't really look. But we'll take a look at those. We definitely didn't look at them before, so I really do think we're on the right issue, which is great. Oh, also, thank you, RT55J, for the 19-month sub. More like RT19J. Thank you for that before we started. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the mag. Start reading. Are they European? I could believe there's an 18-year-old in this group. You know what? Let's meet the team first. I bet we can find out. Ooh. Pleasantly flashy, I would say. They all got their AOL email addresses. New members. They're really expanding. Very colorful. Alright, let's see here. 'Tis I, DarkMage. I'm the Prez. Anyway, people on the internet and stuff can't wait for my new game, Mario 2. I mean, we've all been demanding a Mario 2. And that pisses me off. Why, you ask? Because now I have to work twice as hard. Before, it was just make a game, people say yay, and then make another game, and the cycle keeps repeating. Now people actually want games. Ah, he's a victim of his own success. No, oh well, at least we have fans. Hey, 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 it's me, Nivik, the Vice President / Antichrist. Powerful titles. I made a lot of the games for the company, including KevQuest, Legacy, Psychoville, Adamland, Captain Nick, and a whole lot more. By the way, I'm not running into any walls this month. Maybe next... I do remember Nivik running into a wall. Nick. Haven't made any games yet. I'm working on a game called Captain Nick. Interesting. I know what you're thinking. Nivik already made a Captain Nick. That's exactly what I'm thinking. But hey, mine is sure to be a lot worse because I don't know anything about ZZT. These kids are always putting themselves down. Hello, I'm X-Wing. Working on my Star Wars Alpha game right now. Hope you guys like it when it comes out. I also do the reviews sometimes. Okay, well, maybe the Force be with you. I have not looked at the sagas in... I haven't looked at the sagas since I was young enough for them to still be, like, enjoyable. That's where I'm at. I'm Skullcrunch. I made Mario RPG, and I'm working on Link's Adventure, which I'm assuming is unrelated to the Link's... They really just like recycling other people's titles, whether they're in DarkMage Software or not. Proud to be a part of this wacky group of misfits. There is, I think, a Mario RPG game that we did recover some time ago. That is credited to Rocco / Scully. Oh, there's one by Damon Lodos. I mean, that could be the same guy. Oh, actually, no. Is this Scully? Scully is Skullcrunch. That would make a lot of sense, actually. That is a DarkMage Software game, so it all adds up. Interesting. You printed out the saga. Oh dear. If you find it, burn it. Unless we don't have a copy. Sir Lance, the major... I like the fact that so many of these people are named so, like, directly to their interests. I mean, I printed out, like... I don't know, a 30-page The Sims guide. Get all the job information and stuff. All the details. I'm new here, in case you did not know. I'm working on a not-yet-named RPG. It should be cool. Okay, see ya. And finally, Nuke Boy. I was in charge of the news section, remember? Anyway, I haven't made any games for the company just yet, but I plan to make a few soon. So, they're still on the up-and-coming here. I never printed out a lot of stuff, I suppose. we can go... Let's see the reviews. I'm sure is this a game of the month kind of thing? No. But hey, I like the scenery. They were right. Makes it a little more interesting than just solid colored spaces. Independence Day. Author unknown. Very bad scores. Well, maybe this is out of 5, in which case they're bad, but not as bad. Overall, 1.5. Whenever a blockbuster movie comes out, we all know 2 or 3 ZZT games about it will arrive. When did that stop? I know I've played some Independence Day ZZT games. There's like 3 versions, and they're all like 95% the same. Like, I'm not disagreeing with these scores, whether they're out of 5 or 10. ID4 is no exception. This game doesn't quite cut it, however. It looks as though it may have taken half an hour at most to make it. Better luck next time. I'm always so excited when the reviews are, like, sensible. This is, like, a perfectly reasonable thing to say about a game. So many of these reviews are just completely unhinged. NASCAR 2. Frogware. Graphics 6. Okay, so they are out of 10. So, bad news for Independence Day. Everything else, not so great. NASCAR started out as a good idea. Well, it has some pretty good graphics, too. Problem was that it's a racing game without other racers. A newer version should be released soon, and I will review that when it is ready. You know, I don't think to this day anybody's actually done a ZZT racing game with other racers on the track. I think if you just hard-coded a path, it would kind of work. Probably not well, but I'm really surprised that nobody did it in like the 90s or early 2000s. Rygar, alright, we found our Game of the Month winner. 7.5 for graphics, 6 for replay, fun for 9. Low challenge, overall a 7. This is one of those review scores that, like, in modern days, people would get angry about. If you gave Rygar a 7 out of 10. I don't think Rygar's that good, actually, honestly. But it's got a reputation. I mean, it's the first chapter. I wouldn't say it's unfinished, per se, either. Rygar, though unfinished, is a good game overall. It had an actual plot, which is rare in ZZT games. 2 things I liked were the blood bank and library, my favorite things. I do not know. The blood bank is a place where you go to trade health for gems. I thought that was interesting. The library has a balcony, which looks kind of cool. Download this. Nixoff. See, like, you don't learn much about Rygar from this review. It's got a library and a blood bank. I don't think those are the things people would talk about if they were to describe that game. Chrono Wars, oh boy. The first 4 of them, I forget how they're bundled. I feel like they were released in bulk, at least the first few. Oh yeah, actually, sure enough. We've got the old chocobo.org version, which is 1 through 4. And that probably lines up with our dates. What is our dates here? Unknown. Okay, fair enough. The old time travel puzzle game. Decent scores. Highly challenging. 8.5. The graphics and sound are great in this one. The part I don't like about it is that it is in 4 files and each is short. This could have easily fit into one game. Other than that, it's a good game. They're really just... Nicksoft. Are you... Nicksoft? DarkMage is a bit more... Yeah, see, DarkMages are more sensible. This is probably going to be another one. Oh, hell yeah. Prototype by Lord Cadro. Future RPG. Middling scores. Story is pretty good. He plays a robot that fights the Shadow Gang and a robot named Zero. I remember playing this one now. This game is kind of easy, but it's worth the download. Okay, he was phoning it in for the last one. Oh, I mean... Okay, yeah. X-Wing. Everything gets a 1 through 10 in all these important categories. So let's see. Game of the month. An era in which, like, Rygar and Chrono Wars are out. Have we had Sivian? I think this would be Sivian's time to shine. I'm gonna guess Sivian. Maybe something like Zazunda. Oh, you can't give your own company's game the game of the month. That's kind of cheating. Legacy. King Ironhammer's Legacy by Nivik. I think that was a good one, though. Okay, this never happens. We never have our own games as Game of the Month. In fact, we never even review our own games. But this deserves some credit. It is the first true RPG for ZZT. The fighting almost revolutionizes battle in ZZT, and this is also RPG length. It's one long game. Well, if you can't find this game, it's because it's only available in DarkMage Magazine number 4. You can also find it at our homepage. Is that why we couldn't find it for so many years? That is definitely like an unpreserved Q game. Oh good, and a refresher on these. Just 3 Jansen games in a row, huh? Alright, let's get something a little more exciting. Let's see what demos we got. Now, what could be more exciting than this? The Fiery Pits of Hell. Could I be down here? I mean, I guess, if there's a guy here. Here's the demo section. This issue, we have some Frogware screens, the second pillar, a board from Legacy 2, third pillar, and a board from Mario RPG, fourth pillar. Enjoy the demos. Purple door takes you back. Remember 2 issues ago when we messed up and you couldn't play the Chaos Maze game? Well, I forgot about that. We have it here this month. Just go through the cyan doors. Hey, I figured out there are more games than town, and there is a way that yes I, can make games in ZZT. Wow, a whole new world of possibilities is opening up before my eyes. There should really be like a dramatization text flashing on the bottom when you read that. Send an email to Frogware. Frogware website. We gotta get to Frogware. So purple was back, right? Correct. What kind of demos we got? Ooh! Good title screen. Nightmare on Elm Street. Frogware. Wonder if this one ever happens. In this game, you must defeat Freddy and Jason from killing everyone, or you can swap roles and play as Freedy or Jason. Alright, I'll bite. Tell me more. A good title screen. Frogware presents a ZZT 97 production, Race Kit Pro. ZZT and Frogware, property of Kenneth, Justin Wyrick, Scott Nimian. Was this? Well, I mean, we can play it. Well, am I supposed to start from this passage? I think I'm supposed to start from the other passage, judging by the fact that all I've got here is lava. Let's... That's the easy way. I hope I'm supposed to start up here. No. Huh. How was I supposed to get past the lava? It's just lava. I mean, I guess. Right. Yes. Fake walls. Correct. Ah, 'tis a bucket of water. There we go. Just need 2 buckets of water. Ah, okay. Throwing spears. 300 of them. How exciting. Do we leap the pit? Let's leap the pit. Nope, you failed to make it all the way across. You fall into the pit and scramble up the other side. Okay, but you gotta let me through. I kind of like this, actually, as a weird form of randomization. You just have to pick one of these where it works if you try it. That's kind of an interesting idea. But even when you cross the pit, you apparently don't, so that's rough. Couple of guns. Wrong guy. Oh, you missed. Oh! Bash him with your mace. Bash him with your mace. Bash him with your mace. Stay defensive. You block each of his wild blows. Now, bash him with my mace. Again. Okay, stay defensive, counterattack. Stay defensive, counterattack. Oh, okay, he's that strong. It's dynamic. Not a lot of options there, but one game that I had to play recently, The Guardian, basically took that kind of logic for fighting and really expanded on it. So there's something to that. You pick up the sword of Amote, prepare to go back to the king. Well, the king's going to be so excited. And then link walls. Oh, this is mean. What is going on there? Oh, always star tigers. I can't believe that star disappeared. That's incredible. Well. Sorry, what happened to that tiger? I guess he got crushed. Ah, well, this looks like it will kill me if I pick the wrong door. Oh, or it won't matter at all. It's one or the other. Oh, we've got a dead star there. Yeah, dead end here. I just straight up have to get hit here. Will you at least... Thank you. Ah! That was the bullet tiger. Alright, early ZZT dungeon crawling. You make 2. It's not the worst. A lot of damage. Alright, what were those games? I'm not playing that maze, because I remember that I played the broken maze before, and cheated my way through it. I've played it. I've seen it. I don't need to go back. Alright, what do we need here? Legacy 2. Mario RPG. That board that I was calling a dungeon crawler was from Mario RPG. If you say so. Alright, let's check out the news. Oh, a little tropical island. I'm having a lot of fun with their scenery. They weren't kidding. Hello, I'm Nuke Boy. Welcome to my island. New here, so Dark put me in charge of DM news. Actually, he just gave me a piece of paper and told me to read it to you. So here is the news. DarkMage Software is growing quickly. DarkMage has recruited about 3 new members since the last issue. I'm one of them. The others are Skullcrunch, who's responsible for Mario RPG and Link's Adventure ZZT, and Sir Lance, who's coming out with a yet unnamed RPG. Oh, sometime this month. Still want new members? Send us an email. Here's our website. You can download any of our games here, and the games keep coming. Letters. Okay, we said it last month, and maybe nobody has paid. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. We want to start a letter column, but nobody has sent us any letters. Come on, people. We want to know what you think. Send letters and stuff to DarkMage at AOL, please. Yeah, you can't. It turns out it's really difficult to, like, give people work because it would benefit you when there's no money being involved. Okay. Now that all that gibberish is out of the way, what do we got? We got Mario ZZT 2, our most anticipated title. Why? Nuke Boy, please don't talk poorly of your fellow co-workers at DarkMage Soft. Oh, sorry. DarkMage, please don't talk badly about your own game. This was supposed to be a true side-scrolling game. Instead, it will be like the first, but better. Don't you love our empty promises? DarkMage did this once before with Cavern Adventure. There were supposed to be RPG-style battles, but where are they? Don't you love how we criticize ourselves, too? I mean, they recognize it, they see it, they know. And they just don't do anything about it. Quake. It will be a rule for us not to mention this title anymore. Quake is banned. Since the first issue, we've been talking about this. You know, we might not even make it. Legacy 2. Number 2 is coming to the next issue. Yay. Here's what it's about. You are one of the Knights of the Rose, and the king makes you do a lot of stuff. RPG battle thing from the first is gone, but it's for the better. This is a cool game. And immediately, Legacy 3. Hee hee. I'm not telling you anything about this one yet. I'll only tell you that the name is Elven Exile. Link's Adventure ZZT, your Link, and you do stuff. Enough said. Enough said. Wait, last minute news. Legacy is coming to Megazooks. They told us this last issue. Nivik is making CavQuest 2. Downloadable demo. Alright, they're keeping busy. They're having fun with ZZT. Now let's find out what things they don't like in the editorial section. Oh boy, okay. Ooh, we're mad about people asking for money. What's with them people who charge you for ZZT and Megazooks games? Just what is it exactly? What's it with all the guys who think somebody's gonna pay like $5 for a short, crappy, bug-filled ZZT or Megazooks game? I've seen so many of these ads saying that for a cheap few dollars you can have this awesome ZZT game like no other one out there. Well, I've seen some pretty good ones that you can download for free that beat the pants off a lot of those register this game now for the full version ZZT games. As for Megazooks, sure, you can have some pretty good games on it, but really, I think the programmers are expecting a bit too much for their games. I mean, some of those Megazooks games are great, but there is a limit to what you can do with Megazooks. How many times have one of you registered a game and just gotten another version without those annoying register now signs flashing everywhere, and a hint sheet that tells you everything you already know while the rest of the game is unchanged? Stick it to the man, Nivik. Baring his fangs, he's still going. Sometimes those freaking games just make me want to quit ZZT and Megazooks and start playing normal games like Doom or some real Star Wars games. Not all those imitations on ZZT. You know, a game by some real programmers. Then I think about how if I were to quit, the rest of the team would likely gang up on me and burn me at the stake. No one on the team can understand it either. We've seen some worthwhile ZZT and Megazooks games out there, just not any worth money kind of games. I hope a lot of you out there see my point, which brings me to another conclusion. The Register Now thing must be a conspiracy planned by an underground group of really, really holy people who don't like what technology has done to the world and are determined to stop all gamers and have them do other stuff like go to church or spend time with the family. Quick, get the shotguns. We gotta stop those crazy bastards as fast as we can. Come on, let's get going. Stop sitting there staring at your monitor. What a good little rant. Nivik is our friend. Note from DarkMage. So what if he is the Antichrist? He is not trying to influence you in any way. Okay, maybe he is. And sorry for the swearing. This is a powerful board. Good stuff. And I guess that's it for issue 1. Or 5. Oh, see, it's still the same office building. I cut down the trees that we have outside. Now the place is ugly. Alright, next issue, we're giving away something. And I, Nimic, will run into more walls. Be here next month. 2. Good variety. Some not abysmal reviews. And some, like, one-board previews of games that I don't think came out. And some that did. So, successful magazine, IMO. They said it came with some other files, which it clearly didn't. So those are either missing or uploaded separately. But we don't have them here, so we're just going to move on then to issue number 6. Alright, we're in 1997 now. Welcome to DarkMage Magazine, number 6. Let's see, we can subscribe for free. We got, it looks like the same old list of people on the right. A letter from the president. No more opinion column, though, unfortunately. I have a feeling this board is going to flash. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Good. Alright, we're celebrating with Nuke Boy. How goes it? Here's the official DarkMage Software news. Imagine newspapers being shipped to newsstands. Top story is the fire. Uh-oh, X-Wing got fired. Is that why we're celebrating? And Sir Lance? Layoffs at DarkMage Software. That's never a good sign. Why? Well, they weren't doing their job. Those lazy children. How dare they? Okay, it's March, so DarkMage Software has a great lineup of games. Here's the release schedule. Mario RPG 2, KevQuest 2, Mario ZZT 2, Legacies. Mario RPG 2 is sequel, Skull Crunches, KevQuest. Yeah, this is what sequels are, yes. Legacies is part 2 and 3 of King Ironhammer's Legacy that will release as 1. Legacy, does that? Hang on. I'm instantly interested. Oh, that one does exist. Oh, that was 133 boards. This stream was worth it, just for realizing that there's a sequel to King Ironhammer. Yes, please. Let's see here. Legacy's Megazoogs will probably be dropped. Ooh, okay, actual important historical news. DarkMage Software will be working on games for a new program called Z2. Z2 is like ZZT, but with better graphics, Sound Blaster capabilities, and a lot more. For this, we are teaming up with Frogware. Again, Frogware. Our Z2 game's name will be Dark Frog Software. I mean, that is the correct name. Don't worry, we're sticking to ZZT. This is just sort of a side project. We recently signed an Invisible Peace Treaty. What the hell is that supposed to mean? With the ZZT Warriors. A group of ZZT programmers who kind of started out like we did. No, please elaborate. I really want to know about your battle with the ZZT Warriors, please. Alright, so Z2 was a ZZT clone that never got super far. Is that Scott Hammock? Is that the name? No, that Carlos de Silva. That was one that Azzy managed to find and was barely capable of getting it to run. It looks beautiful. It's got more than 16 colors, so they weren't kidding. See, any exciting games? Cavern Adventure 2, Mario RPG 3, Link's Adventure, Ultimate Conquest, C2 stuff, Space Fighter Mercenary, Burglar, not related to the Burglar that did come out. If you have letters, please send us letters. If you want to join DarkMage Software, send your best work to this address, but be warned, you will have to take a test, so study. I love when ZZT companies get this serious. They fired some people for not doing enough. And if you want to get on board, you better study something. I don't know. I guess ZZT Syndromes is out. Our webpage has changed. Go to our old one, we've got a link to the new one. Wasn't the old one also just like that? No. Big month for news, I guess. Alright, letter from the president. Hey, how's it going? Well, it's going pretty good here because we've got some good news. Well, I should leave the news for the news section. Yeah, well, we already saw that. I want to thank everyone who takes the time to download our games and magazine. Without our fans, we would be nothing. Therefore, we will continue to be making only quality games. This is the reason some of the games may be taking a while to be released. Super Mario ZZT 2, for example, was scheduled for a late February release. Instead, it looks like the beginning to middle of March. Oh no, not 1 to 2 weeks. Don't worry though, it will be worth the download time. Notice I didn't say it will be worth the money. That's because we will never charge anything for our games or magazines. Remember that the next time you are deciding whether or not you should pay $5 for a so-called awesome ZZT or Megazooks game. See you later. I think somebody in this group actually did register a ZZT game, and it's probably like Barney Exterminator or whatever, where like, as they were saying, the only difference is it just doesn't nag you to register constantly, but it's otherwise identical. I think a child lost out on $5, and they're like, no, the people have to know about this. Good reviews. Ooh, this is nicely arranged this time. Alright, we're in 97. Hey programmers, put your name on your work. Sometimes I can't find the author, so I can't really give you credit. I agree. That's my rant about the $5. That's what I'd be saying. Please put your name and a date, ideally, would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it if you would. We've got... Oh, we got some good stuff here, actually. Shadows of the Empire. Dan Page. I know we did play this. Is this the one with the giant Darth Vader, though? There were 2 Shadows of the Empire games, I think. I don't remember which one was the fun one. Both of them would get scores like this, so who knows? I'm afraid Dan Page will be known forever as the Star Wars newbie. So far, he's made A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and this. Each are basically yellow borders with less than fair drawings for graphics. I found that there is no real programming in this game either. I will not review the other games because, well, I'll be basically repeating myself. Better luck next time. I love his little optimism. If your game is bad, well, better luck next time. Maybe you'll figure something out. Let's see, Agents. I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's by the ZZT Warriors, though, who they had their little blood feud with. Graphics, 5. Do they all have that typo? Good. That's just how you think. Sorry, I'm just imagining this kid going around now talking about the good graphics. Can't wait for the Ultra 64. It's gonna have the best graphics. Nice work for the first time, since this is Breakout's first game. Oh. See, these are names I'm familiar with, somewhat. He plays an agent who must save the world from aliens. The SDK-enhanced graphics are pretty good. What I found to be a bit annoying was the greenness of the game. Every enemy and some of the background are just different shades of green. This is weird, considering my favorite color is green. Is it weird for that reason? Adventures in Jaconia? Another Lord Cadro? Mediocre. No, I mean, you gave it a 4.5 out of 10. It's below average, just by definition. Lord Cadro's first RPG is a good one. The bad part, the title screen. My first RPG with 2 swords doesn't give the name of the game, and just sort of seems weird. Oh, does it actually say my first RPG on the title screen? That's very funny. Another problem I had with this is it's not too self-explanatory. Touch everything on every board before you can find out what you have to do next. Other than that, the plot was well thought out, with little extras here and there. And don't put my first RPG in part 2. That's right, there will be a part 2, The Dark Portal. But you heard it here first. Right. Overflow. Now this is a classic. Luke Drellick. You gave it a 5. These children are very hard to please. What do they want? This is like a fantastic game, especially for the era. I just want to say that we'll try to review more RPGs becoming requests from one of our fans shall remain anonymous. Here's a pretty cool game that definitely took more than a few days to make. Graphics and sound are excellently done. The bad part is not exactly RPG length because you don't really have to do much. What? You do a few things. Find the last enemy and poof, game over. Next time expand. I mean, you know, they might have been playing the 1.0 version. I don't think we have 1.0. Next time expand, because then you'll have what most fail to do on ZZT. Make a true RPG. That's the Night Saga. I don't know what this one is either. Electrosofts. Lousy scores. He's probably going to say he loved it. Well, you can't tell from the title. This is the sequel to Gladiator. It's the story of a sword named Gladiator that is honorable to have. In this one, the sword is passed down to the first owner's son because he died. As is tradition. Now it's your turn to help the king. Game has some great music and okay graphics. The game is just a little easy though. Best part, the plot. According to Lord Cadro, it has a plot to die for. Well, fix a few things and you have the perfect game. You know, just a little tweak from this 4.2. You'll get a 10. Alright, Game of the Month. Now the fact that it's not Overflow in a magazine that has a review for Overflow has no. I have a feeling that they're not going to know the author of the Game of the Month winner. I don't know, are we in like King's Quest ZZT era at this point? We're beyond Sibian. Kudzu! Yeah, okay. Do you know who made Kudzu? Yeah, okay. So that text was unrelated. Lism's Kudzu. Puzzle, I guess. I'm not sure. There we go. This is what the children like. They love Kudzu. 8.5. This one gets an extra award for the weirdest ZZT game of all time. This is truly a great ZZT game. The graphics are outstanding for a ZZT game. It's totally mysterious, and it's way weird. I'd call this the 7 or 12 monkeys of the Citizen Kane of ZZT here. 7 or 12 monkeys of ZZT. That's powerful. That's incredible. A must-have for the weirdos like me. Go out and play it today. What was also cool was he was listening to Nine Inch Nails while making it. And there's like this funny picture of the attacking yellow border. Cool. This is like the perfect review. I give this review a 10 out of 10. That's even funnier. The idea that he knows Jansen made the first 2 games, but not the third. Reviews. Any good ads? What's coming up? Oh, we can send in an ad. See, this Adventures in Jaconia I've heard so much about. Wow. The perfect RPG. Adventures in Jaconia Part 1. You awaken one morning. Your father has been gone for weeks now, fighting the worm that has been terrorizing your small village. Taking your sword, shield, and key, you set out to kill the worm and avenge your father's death. Oh, it keeps going, though. Soon after you kill the worm, you are admitted into the Adventurers Guild. You sense something evil north of the forest. Setting out to find out if your sense is true, it turns out to be the biggest adventure of your lifetime. Tons of boards, excellent graphics, a plot to die for. 3 characters that can join in your quest, one of them secret. 2 will die if you are not a quick thinker. What the ZZT critics are saying. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 20, says T. Malcap. It was awesome. I give it a 9, says E. DeAngelis. Look for these hot titles soon. Goodbye. I wouldn't have thought people would be as excited for a game when this is the first impression they get for it. But what do I know? Oh, look at Mario's little castle. Oh, you're not going to tell us anything about this? Extremely colorful, too. Nice looking board. I can't remember if I played it. I know I played the first one. Let's see, how about Kev Quest 2? March 9th. Kev, quite flashy, but like, good. Well, it's continuing to flash. Otherwise, not bad. It's a shame these don't have little blurbs or anything. Let's see, meet the team then. I don't want to go around the whole board. This is the new office. We had one before, but we threw it out. Well, we don't like this new one, so we're just going to get it back next issue. This is just like a replacement one. Okay. Hey, it's me, the secretary. I'm back. What can I do for you? Die, live, I don't know, go on a killing spree, or tell me about your childhood. Please do. Well, at 5, I said my first word, which was Dada. At 9, I learned to walk. At 10, I started school. At 11, I learned to read the word the. The rest of the time, I just basically slept or whatever. Joined the company when I was 24. I'm 665 now. As you can see, we've been around a long time. Okay, actually, they put me in one of those cryogenic freezing tubes, and I slept for like 641 years. It was kind of boring. By the way, the staff does not stereotype, so like, even though I'm an imaginary character, I'm not based on the opinions of DarkMage Software. Thank you, come again. What? Is there a stereotype that secretaries are often sleeping for centuries and bad at reading? I have no idea what he's trying to say with that. I mean, I guess there's these other options. I don't know. Okay, live. Okay, save before I tell somebody to die, because they very well might. Oh, well, I guess I did that. Killing spree? I wish I could. You see, these white walls are like a prison. I can't get out. Okay. Captain ZZT, I'm new. Got an important job. I'm the official game tester. It's cool. Thank you, Captain ZZT, for your hard work. Come on. Don't make me come around here. Nivik. Oh, okay. Well, if he's gonna do your famous wall smash. You didn't... Oh, okay. I guess that counts as smashing it then. You're in the wall. Alright, everybody agrees this office is terrible. Let's see. How's it going? I'm Nick. Remember how it used to be just the three of us? And, like, even though I suck at ZZT, I was, like, accepted by Dark and Nivik? Well, now look. I have to sit here in this dumb little crappy place. How rude. Nuke Boy. Everybody hates this office. Ah, Nuke Boy's in charge. I kind of feel sorry for those two guys who just got fired. Then again, I don't. So long, suckers. Alright, Skullcrunch here. You know, creator of Mario RPG 1 and 2. But enough about that. Let's talk about the future. Right now, I'm working on Burglar, a little game where you get to be Burglar instead of the victim. It'll be cool, you'll see. Well, they hate their office, but otherwise they seem pretty happy about things. I feel like this was a short one, this magazine. Oh. Oh no, yellow borders and brown text can only mean one thing. X-Wing. Oh man, they're really turning on this guy, huh? X-Wing, the newbie, made this exit screen. He must be mad because we fired him. I guess this means war. Find out what happens next month. Ooh, the all caps were like, they still hold shift. Yeah, that's right, I made this screen and I declare war on DarkMage Software. They will be destroyed. The force is not with them. Ha 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 ha. What are you standing around for? Go away. Well, I guess this magazine is going to be going places, at least. I will be right back, so I'm just going to run my ad break real quick now, and we'll move on to the next issue in a couple of minutes, so stick around. Welcome back. Well, let's move on to our next issue here, and see how far we can get. There's so many of these. Number 7. Still sticking with this same format. Alright, I think they got some new people here. Booth with somebody else. Felipe here. Who knows? And yeah, it's all just the same old, same old. I really wish they did previews. It's really surprising that they don't. I mean, they do ads, but like, they've been very light. The earlier issues had silly things like the arcade. Alright, some news. 2 new members. Oh! Lupe here of Madame Griselda fame. I know that's one we recovered. Is that who the name is credited to? Oh yeah, it is. Fair enough. Madame Griselda was a very good title screen, at least. Booth of Codename Pickle and Attack of the Smileys working on a new game called Bizan Loop. Let's see, we've got Ultimate Conquest, Space Fighter Mercenary, Cavern Adventure 2, The Four Horsemen, Journeys in Dark Dusk, Burglar 1, 2, and 3, War 1 and 2, and Bizan Loop. The guy working on one game at least managed to release it. Webpage is going through some changes. It won't be up from early to mid-April. Sorry, we just want to make it really cool. It's an email. No mention if you want to do a test anymore to join. I think they ditched that. Send an email if you like ZZT and want to email somebody who also likes ZZT. You know, maybe. Make an internet friend. Some codes. Okay, yeah, this is just... I feel like this is just obligatory ZZT magazine material. Everybody's like, hey, here's the cheat codes. They didn't mention gems. Strangely enough. Password from the Mario ZZT password screen. Ooh, also I stumbled onto a Megazooks code. Here goes. Run Megazooks, but instead... What? What? Megazooks dash Boulder? Did you have to enable cheats in, like, early versions? Press F7 to get full ammo, lives, and health. Also, you can press F8 dueling play to clear blocks. What a strange command line flag. I've never heard of somebody doing that with a symbol. I'm going to have to yell at the Megazooks Discord and find out about that. Alright, here we go again. From a poll of about 3 people, it seems the reviews section is the best section in the whole magazine. I guess I have to keep making it good then. Put your name on the game. Stranded. Sounds vaguely familiar. Helios. Ooh. Much lower scores than I would have thought with that name attached. In Stranded, you are, well, stranded. But enough about that. Let's talk about the gameplay. The graphics aren't... Let's talk about the gameplay. Anyways, the graphics aren't too great. There's no sound, and it's not too fun, so I won't be going back for more. Oh, what could I say? I don't really like this game. Very displeased. Would not pay $5 for. How about Hell? Don't recognize this. Our Falcon. It's short, it's simple, it has bad graphics, no sound, it must be Hell by R. Falcon. Actually, I must congratulate the author for one thing. He stuck to the plot. You see, this is probably the kind of ZZT game you would play in Hell. Rough month. I mean, Stinky here should be okay. But you know how these guys are. Yeah, even this, only a 5. Here's a nice little game. Funny, that's good. It has nice graphics, that's good too. What's best about this game is probably its innovation. Nowhere will you find a game quite like this one. You are an ocelot. What the hell is that? That's good. It goes around eating socks. It's weird. I love it. So, I mean... Wait until DarkMage learns about the Hispid cotton rat. Armor. This is one we found that was, like, unplayably bad. Yes. Don't people test out their games before they upload them? If the author of this game did, he would have noticed, 1, this game has a few bugs, and 2, this game is not fun. It's the same thing over and over, and the armor doesn't actually work. The top pieces go too fast, and the side go too slow. You have to perfect the armor thing before you put it into a game. You have to perfect. Otherwise, the game won't be good. It's just a bad month for ZZT. Sport World. This seemed new. It's not too great. It's not too good either. When will people stop with the yellow borders? Anyway, this game has a lot of flaws. The reason I gave it a 3 in challenge is because I can't figure out what the heck you have to do. At least this game is better than WWF in your house. Then again, I think every game is better than WWF in your house. Ugh. Hopefully the game of the month is at least something decent. We're in 97 again still. Did Kudzu. We're post Kudzu. Maybe Turmoil. You're already playing Lism's games. Nope. Island of the Jerks 4. It's 8 out of 10. Maximum possible fun. Here is one of the funniest ZZT games I've ever played. It's like hilarious. Why, you fall in love with a cow is beyond me, and probably beyond most people too. One of the best parts is the mental hospital. Some guy jumps off the roof, an invisible patient escapes. Well, you better go download this game. It's great. Sometimes these reviews make me feel better about my writing. They've got that going for it. I have the confidence that I can write review games better than a child. Okay. Very Christmassy. Space Fighter? Yeah, there's that title screen. Oh good, like they're actually telling us about the game and not just showing a picture. Coming soon, Space Fighter Mercenary. You are Captain Rodite, a mercenary who must journey to the farthest reaches of space to complete his numerous missions. Features a great new spaceship engine, fabulous graphics, dazzling special effects, hours of fun. The game isn't even done, and here's what the critics are saying. I like it. Yeah, mind-blowing. Go to hell. Hey, I started this game and now you're taking all the credit for it? Get the hell out of my face. Yeah, that one's like a joint project here. 2 thumbs up. What the hell is ZZT? As you can see, this game will be a must-have. That had to be the most lies in the history of advertising. Seriously, folks, this will be a great game. Oh, I forgot about the little laser animation. They're really killing it with their title screens at the very least. Oh boy. You versus Stupidity by AK, an AKware production. Recommended by God. From the twisted mind of AK Neutron comes the tale of you, yes you, the mightiest fighter alive, to protect the world from the worst multimedia before it poisons everyone's mind. You shall be facing the stupidest crap of all, Sonic the Hedgehog. Lamb Chop. Retro TV. Do they just mean like Nick at Night stuff? Because like, I've never played these games, but I gotta say, I'm really interested now. Power Rangers and Barney, in order of difficulty, of course. Dang, you're saying Lamb Chop could beat Sonic the Hedgehog in a fight? Here are some features. Zops Mega Color for colorful scenes. Combination action/puzzle. Choose who you want to fell first, except Barney. Real nifty special effects. SDK enhanced. A hint of twisted humor. Yeah, I've come to realize that an AKware product is generally something to be approached with caution. A must for the children's multimedia haters of America. If you've ever had the urge to push a Genesis out the window, okay. Or flush Zordon down that tube he marinates in. I mean, that's some quality writing. That is such a good way to put it. Download You versus Stupidity when it comes out. God does not endorse this game. Boothware. Hello, I am Booth, president and only member of Boothware. I am the brain behind games like Codename Pickle and Attack of the Smileys. You will like these games. They have good graphics, music, and programming. Why you get you guys on one? Make sure you look for my new non-linear game, Bees and Lou. Well, I guess my time is up. Okay, you were in a hurry. I guess you'll see me soon in one of my games. Did I play Codename? Nice theme. The name Codename Pickle has come up. No, I have not played it. I think it's just one of those ZZT games where you hear the name and it kind of sticks with you. Oh, no, I'm just confusing it with Tomato Man versus Queen Pickle, which I have played. This is a song, alright. I guess it's never gonna end. The infinite theme of Boothware. Move over, Lamb Chop. There's a new song that never ends. Oh, the secretary is quite wealthy now. What's your real name? Secretary. My real name is Secretary. Note from Jark. Well, it is, unless you can think of something. That's right, you. Email what you think the secretary's name should be. And I'll use the one that I think is the best and mention that person in the next magazine. I hope so much that somebody sent something in. Why do you have a bunch of gems over there? Gems are a girl's best friend. Thought that was diamonds. Too expensive. How can I prepare for the coming apocalypse? You can't. Once the apocalypse comes, that's it. What do you need to prepare for? What, do you think you can live? I really like this secretary character. How much is The Aeroplane Flies High by the Smashing Pumpkins? You know, I don't actually know. People keep asking me how much I got mine for, and I have to tell them I don't know because I got it for Christmas. But I heard it's like anywhere between $45 to $70, but it's cool. You should get it. I want you to notice I'm devoted to destroy for no one. Now it's that time again to take revenge. Were those song lyrics? What is The Airplane Flies High? Is it not just a normal album? That's what I would assume. Why does this refuse to search? Oh, it's a 5-disc box set. That would do it. That's a lot. Originally intended to be limited to 200,000 copies. Virgin Records produced more after the original run sold out due to overwhelming and unexpected demand. The album was remastered in 2013. Entertainment Weekly gives it a B+. Pitchfork gives it a 7 out of 10. Alright, I don't need to keep reading this article. Alright, something to be excited for. I don't think my brother was enough of a Smashing Pumpkins fan to have wanted that. I would have definitely noticed if he had gotten a giant box set of something. Is that really it for you? That's it. No, thank you, Secretary. I've learned quite a lot. Alright, let's see. Author of Pan of Griselda. Working on a game right now. Play Griselda. And Booth. I made Codename Pickle. Working on Bees and Lou. Hornet Swarm at AOL.com. That's a ZZT or email address if I've ever seen one. Captain ZZT. Nobody here really has a whole lot to say. New Boy. Skull Crunch. Dark Dusk. Working on Dark Dusk. Nicksoft. Not doing any jokes about my failure to learn ZZT this time, and you know what? I don't think I'll ever do any more of those jokes, so ha. By the way, I still haven't figured out how to make an object say two things if you touch it twice, so don't touch me again. No kidding. Okay, everybody repeats their dialogue, though. That would have been a good gag, I think, if everybody else had different dialogue. Nice to see you again. After a few delays, Super Mario ZZT 2 is finally done. I made it a new rule for the team to stop making games based on licensed characters like Mario. Oh, man. So don't expect a Super Mario ZZT 3 ever. They must have gotten a real mean letter in the mail. Read the letter from the Prez. I wrote it, because I'm the Prez. I'm the Vice President. It's me, the VP. That rhymes. Here's my email address. Alright. Big empty space in the middle is when we're not here or when we want to relax. This place doubles as a mosh pit. I feel like moshing. Send in the moshers. Let's get a little music in here. Is it going to be the Booth theme song? Yes, the Smashing Pumpkin. This is what I wanted. This is what I want ZZT magazines to give me. I want the Smashing Pumpkins to show up. Alright, what song will we get? Hello, I'm Billy Corgan. I just wanted to play this song that Skull Crunch wrote. Okay, here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I worry this is also an endless song. Oh, we're losing everybody now. I didn't think we'd lose so many moshers. Yeah, no, it keeps jumping back to 252. Well, bad news, Billy Corgan. You're gonna be here for a while. Alright. I mean, that was by far the best Meet the Team section yet. It's so nice when they put the effort in. I love it. Alright, letter from the President. Hello, fellow ZZTers. If you're reading this, you are probably one of our fans. Well, thanks a lot. You proved something to me just by reading this then. A few days ago, the Vice President Nivik said that we are probably a respected group among the ZZT community on the internet. Okay, he didn't say it like that. Of course, I totally disagreed and said we were quite the opposite. I didn't really say it like that either. We downloaded a few games that were new to the file library in AOL. After playing about 2 of them, Nivik said, "Now do you see why we are respected?" Well, I'm not trying to, and I'm not going to, brag or anything, but DarkMage Software is only bringing you the most quality that we can dish out. Please spend a little time on your games. How do you think Alexis Jansen, Bardsey, Barney9651, and Matt Williams got to the ZZT Hall of Fame? That's something I made up just now. So to sum up, practice, or else. Mwahaha. Oh, sorry. So enthusiastic. Oh no, okay, we are really running with this. What happened with X-Wing? Ah, you fired your friend from your ZZT company. And now they're not your friend anymore. You made a mistake. And now you are putting your friend in the game and having him threaten to kill you. Your former friend. / Dark Mage worker. Wow. Note from Dark Mage, be on the lookout for X-Wing. He was in our group 2 issues ago, and now he wants revenge since I fired him. Just look how he's ruining our magazine. Yellow borders and those ugly brown letters. He must be stopped. You okay, DarkMage? I'm getting a little worried about you. Alright, I think let's go for one more of these. Ah! I hope that's not X-Wing, but it very well might be. Oh, see, look at that, a genuine date. January 8th, 1990. Weren't they saying 1997 for the past, like, 3 issues? Alright, well... Ooh, we got a fancy interface. And a guy. It's DarkMage. Enjoy. I'm a plant, I'm a clever pant. She just got done playing Chicken Wire and being like, huh, yeah, I guess I'm a stall, I'm a clever stall. What is this? Is this itself a reference to something? I just assumed I'm a clever stall was just like a weird Nader original. And is it supposed to be pants? I have so many questions now. Ah, see, we have moved beyond the need for labels on the board. I'm gonna meet the team first. Bananas and pajamas, really? Sure. But what's the original line? Because I can't imagine. Do they say I'm a banana? I'm a banana? I'm a clever banana? I'm a rat. Okay. Clever rat. Man. Once again. Is there a term specifically for, like, knowing the reference before you know the original? Like, without even knowing there is an original? I saw, like, North by Northwest when I was in my 20s, and I was just like, oh, that's why Marge Simpson got shot at from a plane once. Well, I mean, it wasn't just Nader doing it, but you know how it is. Alright, let's see. Meet the team. This issue, we used a cyan big building type thing. Because we felt like it. Expect the unexpected. Oh good, they're all sitting like so much closer together. And let's see if the secretary got a name. No. Nobody wanted to name the secretary. Nobody cared. We still don't have a name for the secretary. So you think you have a good name for her? Send an email. Win a crash prize. Not, nothing except recognition. Man. Alright, let's see. I know white is DarkMage. I've been paying attention to the previous board. Yeah. Okay. They're at least not, like, trying to force themselves to say a lot. How's it going? Good? That's good. Cool. Gnarly. Righteous. Awesome. Smoking. Somebody rented the mask. Hey, dude, you might want to check out my games. Heh. Ha 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 ha. Dude. I'm ZZT Dude. I'm an oldie, but I'm new here. So, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm Captain ZZT, the official tester. I'm Booth. I did the reviews this time. Ooh, new reviewer. Party on. Party on, Booth. I'm Nick. I'm Nick. Nick. I am the Nick. I mean, speaking of The Simpsons, who controls the British crowd? Who keeps the metric system down? Isn't it British Crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. I mean, at least he credited the joke. Most people wouldn't have. Alright, any good ads? Yes, I think these will be good. Spacefire Mercenary still not out? Is this the same ad? It is. I wonder if this is a different Duke Nukem? I'm saving it for last. Alright, OG Booth, or OG Bizanlu title screen. Bizanlu is an incredible blue fortress to which some special people are teleported. In it, you might find strange, frightening, and beautiful things. Though still in development, Bizanlu looks like a great game. It will be a flag-oriented puzzle game. The graphics look quite good. When will it be out? I don't know. It will give you a good game to wait for. Beta testers wanted. Though it is still in development, I would like it if a few people volunteered to test the game. I would like them to be a ZZT veteran who has made at least one worthwhile game. They're so picky. If you do, please send me mail. Sincerely, Booth. Alright, what's Duke Nukem? Oh no, this is! This game is pretty much self-explanatory. It's Duke Nukem ZZT style. It doesn't follow any of the games made before. I'm trying to make it a good game without any profanity. With Duke, it's hard. And trying to keep the same attitude. I always liked this game. It should be done in about a month. If not, just wait longer. Here's the title page. When you're done reading the scroll, it will start a little scene. Hope you like it and download it when I get online. Thank you, Teraptus. Now Duke is going to get angry. He's always doing this. The underscore for the dead body is just really powerful. I think this is a game that does kill you. Actually, will this magazine version of this kill me? No, it looks like we're stopping. Okay. Great ad. Alright, the arcade is back. ZZT2's floating spaceship arcade thingy. Dear player, I've already left into the arcade. Meet me in this month's game and I'll give you a reward. I'm an object door. I never open. Haha. Unless, of course, you type zap. I keep ZZT Dude's little brother and his friends in a cage. The door babbles on. You listen inside the cage. Chad. Ah, I hate my brother. I want some food. Babble, babble. Shut the hell up, Corey. Justin's not afraid to swear, unlike Duke Nukem. Then you leave, sick of the stupidness. I like the stars that are actual ZZT stars. I suppose that counts. This must be the arcade? Yes. This must be the pilot? No, they're not Mario and Luigi. They're Wes and Jonathan. I'm Wes. I'll be your captain for the evening. I control the engines. Fire, fire. Alright, what kind of game are we? Uh-oh, wait. They solved the 9 billion names of God. The stars are going out. Oh, the presentation here. This is great. DarkMage's Tower by ZZT Dude. Dear player, his tower is surrounded by lava. Dug a tunnel to get in through. Don't dig up. Never dig straight up. Ah, I see. The ruffian room. Congrats, you're in the tower. But for some reason, goblins are running around in the secret tunnel. I've gotten rid of some of them, but there's still some left. I've left you some ammo for protection. I like the diegetic ammo. Alright, after so many issues, I'm not really getting to play anything. Even just a few ruffians to shoot is a welcome change of pace. Oh, okay. Torches as torches. Am I gonna need these torches, or are they just for decoration? Okay, last room. It's gonna be like, yeah, under tower. Oh, we're still not even in there. Okay. I guess that's why it's brown. Well, maybe not. Well, you can't. I mean, you can, but, like, you don't want to do the same board twice in a row. I prefer they didn't, at least. I guess it's not the same. Actually, where's the entrance? Don't. Really hoping that touching one of these things on the sides will open a door. Or was it a passage error and I was supposed to... Well, no, I'd still have to figure out how to get out from here. What a horrible little arcade game. Oh! It was right there from the start. Fine. Oh, okay, looking fancy now. Beautiful golden stash. There's even some lava sharks. That are also... they keep swimming into the wall. I guess that's deliberate, so they can actually attack you. Yeah, I was also thinking... Not that one specifically, but just, what was it? Not Mutant Citadel, Dark Citadel. That's what I was thinking of. It's just missing, like, the tapestries. Oh, there's actually a lot here, I'm realizing. There's a lot of passages. You all made an actual little game for this magazine. That's cool. Now you know those three are gonna just run right at me. It's player. Let's get him. Yeah, I'm also saying, geez, these guys take way too many hits. I'm also getting Warlock Domain vibes at this point. Especially as we go and free these prisoners. Are you dead? No, it was here this whole time! ZZT version 1.0. God, you saved me. I got to DarkMage and said hi, and then he went berserk, and his guards knocked me unconscious. I woke up here. I'm leaving the tower. Find out what's wrong. What about my prize? Oh, DarkMage hid it. I think it's in the left door. The right leads to DarkMage. Don't go in the middle. It's a death trap. Take this key to get to the chest. Is this just a bear? I think this is just a bear. Alright. Just put a bear in there, I guess. Oh yeah, 100% we're gonna see the death trap, don't worry. Most important thing of all. The Room o' Doom! Wrong door, chump. Oh no, it's a spiked pit. I have to touch the spike. Good trap room. Yeah. Okay, so we would have had to go to the prison area first. This isn't really much of a puzzle. The old laser puzzle, I mean... You seem to recognize... What do I get? 100 health, 250 ammo, and a key. No, I mean, I still respect this little game in here. Oh dear. Well. That's not green. You're green. I'm so glad that we just don't use those doors anymore. Alright, it's another room full of bears. The feisty tiger. Oh wow, nice throw. Oh, not looking forward to this now. Instantly a star breaks. Instantly I get shot. Welcome, player. You have come far. Unfortunately, your quest ends here. My invisible servants shall destroy you. Prepare to die. Alright, so I'm not the real DarkMage. Well, duh. But he is captured. X-Wing rules. Oh, good. We're working this into there. Oh, good. Also, everything disappeared once I shot fake DarkMage. That's a scroll. That's a star down there, not a lever. I don't need to touch it. Look at this throne. That's really good. Very nice frills. Okay, you just couldn't resist, could you? Yes, it is I, X-Wing. I kidnapped DarkMage because he fired me. Now you will suffer his fate also. Defend yourself against my yellow border and my super Death Star. Stormtroopers attack. I like the Centipede Stormtrooper. My favorite character. Oh, what do I do here? Probably... shoot these things? I guess Spade first. I mean, the last issue said that he was like an ex-friend. So, like, what did I do here? I'm assuming that, like, this child told his friend, you can't be in my ZZT company because you're not doing enough. And then his friend was like, well, go to hell. And now they're still, like, in school, so I'm sure they still see each other constantly, whether they want to or not. What do I do here? I need to think, which means I need to let a lion bite my face, so I don't have to worry. What do I do? What do? Don't shoot that. I'm sure I tried touching the spade. I guess I can try... Maybe I have to touch them in that order and there's no feedback? Don't have any flags. Let's see. Spade. Glove. I just ran into the glove multiple times, so that probably isn't going to work. Try this again. Spade. Oh, I keep just trying to run past the guns, and I'm just reflexively mashing the button. Spade. Glove. I'm gonna have health for this. Diamonds. Oh, it got me. These two down here don't seem to shoot as much. Okay, well, I tried the thing that seemed fairly logical. Do we have Kev Edit going? We do. Can't believe I gotta look up a puzzle in a magazine. Where I shoot 7 or 8? 8. Oh, this is what we started with. Okay. Final battle. What's your deal? Okay. Okay, we just have to shoot it a whole lot without any feedback until it dies. I can do that. Okay, it really is a lot of hits. I hope I have enough ammo. I should have enough ammo. Yeah, I mean, it just will kill you. I guess this counts as a puzzle. Again, some feedback would have really been appreciated. Okay. We've made it to this child. Stray for violence. I don't want to die anywhere else in this magazine, so I do have to be careful. It did look nice, honestly. You're not wrong. Alright, that'll do. Ah, okay. The lava is back to water. The sharks remain. Thanks for saving me in my own game. I hope you enjoyed it and it made the mag better. Email me with comments. Shameless plug. Bomb bust coming soon for Megazooks, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank God. Thank you for saving me, player. X-Wing will be gone for a while, and hopefully forever. I mean, I also kind of hope that this kid doesn't continue. Oh, You actually get a game over. Okay. No bomb bust. Well, maybe we'll learn about it here. Ooh, fancy. Here's our website. Here's our clever plants. Friendly neighborhood nuke boy. The only nuke boy. Alright, upcoming games. Space Fighter Mercenary. Despite popular belief, this will not be a DarkMage game after all. Yeah, instead Nivik's making it. It's like he started the thing anyway. Outlaw? Okay, Nivik's got all his hands tied up. He was making this one too. It's about, who the hell knows? This one was originally called Four Horsemen, so if you heard of that, you'll know about this. Ethan Liu by Booth. Just a little more testing, and this game will be ready. This shall be one great puzzle game. Bomb burst. Bust. Well, there we go. Probably our first Megazooks game. Well, you play as Ken Buster, and there's like 50 levels, so sounds like a jungle attack. I suspect there were nowhere near 50 levels made. DarkMage here. Ultimate Conquest, Cavern Adventure 2, Mission Napalm. Not much could be said about these two yet, but just keep in mind that these will be the only two games by me for a while. Sounds exciting. Alright, the last set of reviews. Interesting variety here. The Grade A Milk. Is that Biobis? BC with Hackrat. Maybe not. BC and Hack... Well, overall 5. Good sound. I swore I remember finding out that that was a Biobis game. But I could be confusing it with a different milk-related game. BC and Hackrat bring you a bizarre adventure called Grade A Milk. This game is alright, though it is not an award winner. Music and graphics were good, but the text was hard to read. He capitalizes the first letter of each word and misspells some stuff. There are some cool parts, like a randomized race you can bet on. The sense of humor was wonderful, and I laughed through the game's bizarreness. I recommend any other game by PC. Alright, Booth is doing an okay job with these reviews. Marbotia. I'm curious what the award winner is. There's these games keep getting snubbed. Fun 9.5. Sound 10. Yeah. You ain't kidding. Overall 8. I love this game. It is the perfect mixture you need in a ZZT game. Sonic 256 definitely knows music. There's a Super Mario song, a theme song, and a soap theme. I don't remember a soap theme. The graphics are great. And this guy can program objects like anybody. It is also incredibly funny, and there are many secrets. If you don't get this game, you are missing out on something big. The one problem was the plot. It's about killing one person, and then the destruction of the world. The graphics, sound, and fun make up for it. That sounds like a reasonable video game plot. Beast Wars 3 by Keth Sepper. Ooh, low scores. I didn't like this game. Although hardcore action fans might, I thought there were too many syndromes. The game basically involves going around killing people with stupid names that want to kill you. Also, there were too many blinking walls. Almost none were regular. To sum this up, don't get this game. Arts Dimension. Yep, that's your typical Simpsons ZZT game scores. 1.5. Another game I don't like. And it isn't because I'm not a regular Simpsons watcher. There are yellow borders on almost every board. Worst part was that there were no objects. Don't think that having Aerosmith in this game will make it better. If you enjoy The Simpsons, you might like this, but it won't be your favorite. No from DarkMage. When you have a cool band in the game, don't they play music? It's disrespectful to Aerosmith. Did Aerosmith actually get to play any music in the Simpsons episode they were in? I remember them being in Moe's Tavern. I don't remember the episode off the top of my head enough to know why. It might have been the Flaming Moe episode. Anyway. Okay, so they did. See, the Simpsons staff knew what to do when you have a cool band. Alright, Sword of Destiny. I think I played this. Very low scores, though. I feel like I remember it being decent. I did play it. Title screens. Oh. Yeah, no, this game was cool. Also, this is the Trash Dragon game. Like, that alone makes this a good game in my book. Really? You didn't like Sword of Destiny, huh? This is an okay first game. It had something that puzzled me. Despite using SDK, the graphics are smooth and have good blending. However, there are no objects. There are just scrolls everywhere. Oh yeah, I guess they're mad just because it didn't really use programming. But like, of all the ZZT games I've seen where the author didn't know ZZT OOP at all, like, I feel like Sword of Destiny was really one of the better ones. It has your basic RPG plot about a king and a sword and a wizard and demons and stuff. You may like this game, though I doubt it. RE games, come back later when you learn how to program objects. Alright, and our final game of the month for this stream. Let's see, we're post Merbotia. Are we like Dragon Woods? Now? Now it's Sivian? I mean, I guess it didn't get its award, so it had to eventually. Sivian Gold. Graphics 9, Fun 8, Challenge 8, Sound 8, Replay 7, overall 8.5. Here's a pretty cool game. When you start out, it seems like a futuristic adventure. What? When you start playing, it seems like an RPG. Oh, hang on one second. Oh yeah, Fred would count. Is he considering Sivian to be Fred 3? Start playing, it seems like an RPG. Has great graphics, sound, and it's fun. There's also a board in the beginning that says don't laugh. No, it's definitely Sivian. It's not funny, but in a cool way. There are enough good things about this to make it Game of the Month. Futuristic adventure. What? I have no idea. I think like the little Magsoft logo or whatever has like a scrolling star field. Like, does that count? You see stars moving, you think it's going to be a sci-fi game? That's the best I can come up with. I think we are at our end here. We got a full stream. X-Wing. This is actually a very funny way to end this. This specific path. Ha 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 ha. You shall never escape this monstrous maze I've put together. Ho ho ho. Oh, hold on. You don't have to do all this. Nah, just press enter and you can exit. Go ahead. I'm pressing enter. Really, really putting X-Wing in his place. Some friend you are. With your terrible work ethic. I love the fact that these magazines are developing a story, though, at this point. I want to see what happens to X-Wing in the next issue. I want to know what we're going to name the secretary when somebody finally says to name her something. Is it going to be just like Secretary McSecretary face or what? And the little mini game in that one wasn't half bad. I mean, as far as ZZT game made for a magazine goes, it got the job done. But yeah, some decent magazines. They're starting to come together. They're starting to figure things out a bit more than just talking and repeating the same things about themselves over and over again. Thank you for the 100 gems, the green herring. And there's still plenty more of these to go. I kind of wish they weren't one giant bundle, but I guess that's how they eventually got distributed. Which just ruins the dates. I also can't believe they gave Sword of Destiny such a bad score. What are they thinking? These kids don't know art. Don't just look up DarkMage if you want. Oh, actually, it's right there. Never mind. Never mind. Feel free to just look up DarkMage if you want to find these magazines. Well, the dates here are... Yeah, okay. They like almost all have the exact same date. One of them from issue 6 might actually be the correct date, but the rest are all 1998. July 8th. I guess they all got saved and bundled up then. Well, that's what we get. Alright, well that is going to do it then for today. Sorry we didn't get to stream the game we were originally supposed to stream, but it's a good thing we didn't. We will be back again on Sunday with some more unpreserved ZZT worlds. There's a little bit of everything, because themes have gone from difficult stretches to basically impossible at this point. There's still going to be one or two for some stuff that I've purposely been holding out on until we got towards the end. And I'm probably at a point now where I could technically like map out the remaining streams of these. But it's always so tough to actually estimate accurately how long they take, so who knows. But yeah, World of Joe Schmo this Sunday, along with a couple other worlds. I think I said I was going to play a Grand Theft Auto game. It'll be that at least. And then on Monday, for a Beyond World stream, I'm going to be playing some Ramp 2024, the community Doom mapping project hosted by ZZTer David N. That has hundreds and hundreds of first-time and long-time Doom mappers just submitting a level and adding it to this absolutely massive project that's been going on for like 5 years now. And it's an excuse to play a real game like Doom, as the one magazine put it. And then Friday we should be in Oktoberfest season. We've had our extended dates. I actually worked on mine a little bit today. I have done such a bad job this year. It's really bad. It is going to be incredibly untested. It's going to be like, yes, it works. I'm throwing away a good concept because I didn't put in any time. That's my own dang fault. Alright. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you all next time. I gotta get out of here. It's already after 8. So hope to see you next time. Later.